Joe Thuney, the Ohio native, is one of, if not the best left guard in free agency this offseason that is available, coming off a franchise tag year with the New England Patriots. Has only been penalized twice in the past 2 seasons, allowing only 3 QB sacks during that time. He has been spectacular for the New England Patriots. The 28-year-old is projected to make big bucks this offseason in the ballpark of $14 to $15 million or so. So the first big question is if the Bengals can afford to put that kind of money into an offensive lineman in free agency. The answer is pretty simple to me, and that's yes. The team's currently sitting with the 5th most cap space right now projected in the league. And even if it did become a financial problem, there's always the option of moving, say, a Geno Atkins contract if that's necessary. One, and personally, again, I like the idea of doing it a year or 2 ago, and the team was, really struggling. Sell him while you still had some trade value, pick something up, use that draft pick, whatever. That's the past now, and it's something I don't feel like it's needed right now. You don't necessarily have to get rid of Geno Atkins, but it's just, again, it's, looking at the contract and saying, is there some expendable area there? If you can move him and make something of that work, that opens some cap space. Again, don't think it's necessary. I think the cap space is there to land a guy like Thuney. Thuney, who, again, Ohio native, appears to be open to coming back to his home state. And he's a man that already won 2 championships. I think that's important. I can't speak for the man, but I'd imagine he's either in that A, let me get paid, let me see how much money I can make, or he's in that B, let me go somewhere. I would be happy to finish my career type of phase because he's already won those championships. Both, again, I think checks the boxes as far as the Bengals are concerned is a little bit of leverage. Besides just dishing out the dough, the question then becomes, do you put the big bucks in the O-line, or do you just draft a guy like Penei Sewell? I like both personally. You talk about a complete 180 from an offensive line standpoint for the Cincinnati Bengals. If you could pick up both of these guys, man, would that make things nice. Imagine how prolific of a runner Joe Mixon could be, or of course, how prolific Joe Burrow is going to be with that much more time to throw the football. But we can't guarantee that Sewell's going to drop down to number 5. And that's where the big question comes up of, will the Bengals just then go best available in a draft? More than likely, we see that happen. And it's very possible we see them not go offensive line in the first round, which means they're going offensive line in the second round, which means, hey, there's offensive linemen out there. I get it. You can find some winners in that second round, and the Bengals very likely could, but you can't guarantee something like that, something like a guarantee like Penei Sewell or a guarantee like Thuney. And this is not a time for the Bengals to say, hey, let's go second line offensive lineman and say, you know what, he looks good. I think he turns out into something good. They need a guarantee. They need a lock at the position. There's no question about it. This is a Bengals offensive line that needs to keep their franchise upright. And you can't be saying, you know what, let's just gamble and hope for the best out of this guy. It's a pretty good gamble. No, it's got to be, it's got to be that 95%er, I think, here. If you're the Cincinnati Bengals going offensive line, you can't short step it right now. Not in the situation they're currently in. So I think Thuney, spend the money, man. Spend the money on this guy. Love to hear you guys' thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.